What's up, guys? Today we are going to be doing If Tasty Blue was a nature documentary. So let's start. I will be using my mod for this, and I will be turning all sound off. Because, well, we don't want to hear anything. And here we see the young orca, about the size of a small phytoplankton. This small orca will eventually grow to eat the entire world, but for now, it's just a small one. It is absolutely tiny, as you can tell by the growth indicator on the top of the screen, indicating that we are around 40 micrometers long. Our small orca is about to eat the larger phytoplankton, as it grows to around 60 micrometers in length. The small orca is still on the hunt for phytoplankton, considering it's the only thing it can eat at the moment. Yes, I will be calling him Small Orca throughout the video, as this just makes sense. Our small orca begins to eat zooplankton, a new source of food. Our small orca has begun its journey as a planet-eating predator. He just doesn't know it yet. As he stands there, thinking to himself. And he's back on the move. Our small orca has been hurt for the first time. Despite this, he continues to eat. Our small orca is still searching for new food as he eats a tomatoes worm that is for some reason called zooplankton. Three minutes in, it's already the size of a large tomatoes worm. The fact that it eats so much prey could be a sign that it wants to grow at a rapid rate, which it is doing. An amphipod. Semi-transparent fish are on the rise, as our small orca has begun its journey. A small orca has been hurt for the second time. This causes it to lose some growth, albeit not at a rapid rate. What? Coconut cream is good. I'm sorry for that interruption. Yes! Sorry for the interruption once again. Anyway, our small orca is now quite a large orca. Albeit I'll still be calling it small orca, like I said. It begins to eat the smallest of the largest of the zooplankton, the amphipod. Our small orca has just begun its feast as a centimeter-long orca and begins to eat krill, a common food source for many whales around the world. Our small orca realizes blood is in the water, most likely from it. It loves the smell and begins the feast. Our small orca has been hurt for the third time, releasing a cloud of blood into the water. Our small orca realizes that krill is not going to satiate it. In fact, the krill is much too small. It needs to find something else to eat, and now. As our small orca reaches 6 centimeters in length, it realizes something. The prawns might make a perfect meal. It continues its feast, eating and eating and eating, before it can finally eat the prawns. Krill has now become microscopic, and because of this, prawns are its only food source. The fish constantly duck because of the penguins, leading to a quite challenging world as it pretends. What? Alright. The small orca has continued its rampage throughout the Arctic, now eating the fish that tormented it. Our small orca has reached quite a large size, beginning to eat penguins. Puffins scatter as the water begins to turn red. But not for long. In the deep area, polar bears live. The deeper parts of the ocean are ones that no one talks about. As the deeper areas of the ocean are exposed, it leads to more dangerous predators. Including the polar bear and the narwhal. Polar bears become a delightful treat. As our small orca has reached the size of a calf. Larger polar bears and narwhals, as well as walruses, become a delightful treat. As our small orca begins its feast once again. It eats giant squid for the first time. Realizing how inky and disgusting the giant squid is, it will serve as our last resort. Helicopters. And sperm whales. The third largest whale in the world. It has now reached the size of no known orca as its feast. As its feast continues. Giant squid have once again disappeared into the gloom, never to be seen again, as they live now near the bottom of the deep, searching for refuge. Our small orca, now becoming large, is now swallowing sperm whales whole like their candy, as it swallows an entire jumbo jet as well. On its feast, it encounters an identical clone of itself, as well as a giant goldfish. A small orca will have to defend itself. It hasn't been hurt since the early days. Well, now it has. If it becomes big enough, it will burrow into the Earth's crust and eat the Earth from the inside out. The now comically large orca has reached the bottom of the ocean, and it's realized that the giant squid are nowhere to be seen. and proceeds to eat the goldfish and the giant orca as its feast is about to come to a close. Entire oil tankers are swallowed whole, and along with them, their crewmates. It eats at the very surface before it eats the final iceberg of the Arctic. It proceeds to burrow into the Earth's crust and beginning to eat the mantle. The mantle is a substantial treat, even for a creature as large as it. Larger than the ocean, larger than the deep sea, proceeds to eat and eat and eat, reaching megameters in length. It eats all the Earth's mantle, and then eats the core. It's blowing up the Earth and causing Earth chunks to scatter. And thus, our giant orca has successfully ended its feast. Thank you for watching, and have a wonderful day.